Hi, I'm Ron Allen, and I'm here with Kevin from Look Back Library. And I'm here to talk about my Thrasher cover.
Yeah.
Very exciting time in the old skate life.
Yeah, what do you remember back then about that?
Well, I was working at a record store, and Jim and Tommy came and said that Bryce was shooting photos in the Bay, and we should go shoot photos. And I was really tripping because I had to take a lunch hour to go skate with Bryce because I wanted to get a photo with Bryce, because back then you wanted to get a photo with Bryce.
Heck yeah.
And so we shot all over Oakland Tech that day. We went to the banks, we shot everywhere, and then afterwards, I went to this railing, and Bryce was like, yeah, what do you think you got on it? And I was like, you know, it's got a couple tricks, the frontside board slide or something. And so I frontside board slid it, and he shot the photo. And then the next thing you know, he called me up and said, hey, you're on the cover of Thrasher. And I said, oh, what are you talking about? And he goes, you don't know about the cover? And I said, what are you talking? And he goes, no, you're on the cover. You should come out. And I was like, oh, dude, I'm a broke-ass skater. I ain't got no money for that. And he goes, what are you talking about? You photo incentives. And I was like, photo incentives? And he goes, yeah, on the cover. When you're on the cover of a magazine, you can get photo incentives from having your sponsor stuff out. Yeah. And I said, oh my God, what are you talking? And then I looked at my contracts. He goes, read your contracts. And that day I put all those OJ2 stickers on there. And there's a Gullwing sticker on there. And there's the Gullwing trucks and the OJ2 sticker. And I made money for each little sticker. And then the 8th Street paid me, and Limpy's. And then there's a Converse, and they paid me. And so it was really amazing to get that. And it was rad because Converse was amazed that I could get that much promotion for them as a pro at the time.
Yeah.
And now I'm back on Converse, so it's like I'm back home again. So life is full circle again.
Awesome.
In the way of, and so it's rad to talk about this one.
Heck yeah. and so Bryce shot
Bryce
it.
Kanights.
And it was in Oakland.
In Oakland at Oakland Tech.
But were you living in Bakersfield at the time?
At that time I had moved to the Bay Area.
Okay.
I was living in Oakland also, and it's like there's so many things to find in Oakland. So. This one always has this cover is always a little controversial, but in a good way, maybe not in such a bad way. I wanted to do this with a guy named Dan Stewart, at the same time Dan showed up, something happened between him and Transworld, and he was no longer a part of Transworld.
Okay.
So this is shot by Steve Sherman.
Okay.
At a bank in Oakland, way up in the East Bay Hills. And so yeah, once again, just stoked to get a cover. Just never knew that there's a lot of politics involved, and I really wanted to shoot it with Dan because Dan had this kind of mentality of really making people do the Hensley stuff, and so I really wanted to shoot with Dan.
Yeah.
But things changed, and I had to shoot with Steve, and Steve was a great guy, and I appreciate everything he did for this. But yeah, it's sometimes covers are cool and not so cool at the same time. Super stoked to get it though.
Yeah. So that's about a year later.
Yeah,
from
right.
your Thrasher
A year
cover.
later from the Thrasher cover.
Beautiful.
Transworld.
And do you remember how you learned when you first saw this one?
Well, I think they were gonna do something that they were it was photos for an interview, but this photo came out really good, and they want to use it for the cover.
Right.
So JGB, and I think it was that time, it was Swifto, all those guys, man, respect.
Yeah.
And plus it says Jeff Grosso. I always think that's rad.
Yeah.
Grosso.
What classic covers can you think of off the top of your head that were impactful for you?
Classic, I'd say Cardiel's backside shifty over the garbage can, and that probably was one of my favorite covers. Cards is the best. Wow, way early, the early first day Thrasher covers that were done in artwork, it shows a dude doing a layback on the first Thrasher. These old ones that were really big.
Yeah.
They really made
large
a difference.
Format.
Yeah, they really, for me as a skater in the Visalia, they made a big difference.
So you saw the 81 Thrashers?
Yeah, those first ones.
Yeah.
That were Beware Productions and all that stuff. Yeah. So, and I remember meeting Beware. So that was another kind of reality of meeting Beware and meeting CR Stesic and all those people made an impact on me. You know what I mean? Those guys were amazing. It's crazy. And 415 Records. I remember that was there was an ad for 415 Records in that. I remember Richie Rich. And I'm too old. I tell all the too old tales, man. I go too far back. Yeah.
Any more recent covers that you've seen over the years?
I really love the Clay one. The one that he was putting his hand down and going over the thing. I think it was Clay Kreiner's.
Oh no, Jimmy Wilkins.
That was
recently.
Jimmy Wilkins. Yes,
yeah.
Jimmy's was amazing. That was one of my favorites. Anything Andrew Reynolds has done, I'm always a fan of. Yeah, there's just, Thrasher's just got so many of them, man. Like, it's just, I love that. I have that magazine, or that poster with all the covers.
Right, 25 years.
Yeah. And I just am so honored to be a part of that, you know, like, over these years. It's just an honor, you know. And I love what you do, man, because you keep it rolling, man. Keep people knowing. They got to know these things, man.
That's right.
They do.
It's an uphill battle.
Yeah, our world our world changed for everybody. Even though it's internet, this was the world we had before internet, and it would kept the internet going right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, much respect to all old guys.